used to live in a small apartment complex downtown. A brick building, older than anyone living inside it. It was one of those places you only move into because the rent is cheap and the landlord doesn't ask too many questions. My apartment was 3A, right across from 3B. Everyone in the building knew 3B was empty. It had been that way since before I moved in. The landlord, this short, sweaty guy named Howard, once told me an old woman used to live there. She'd died inside the unit, alone. He said her family never claimed the body. He laughed when he told me, but his eyes didn't. The first time I noticed something strange was last October. It was the week leading up to Halloween, and the city had this constant chill, the kind that seeps through your clothes even when the heat's on. I got home from work around midnight. The hallway light was flickering as usual, and when I passed apartment 3B, I heard something. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from inside. I froze. Just long enough to feel stupid. Then I laughed it off. Probably pipes. Old buildings make noise. But the next night, it happened again. Same pattern. Same rhythm. 3 knocks, then silence. And the night after that, my curiosity got the better of me. I crouched down and looked under the small gap beneath the door. That's when I saw them. Their feet, pale, veiny, standing perfectly still just a few inches from the door. I jumped back so fast I hit the opposite wall, but when I looked again, they were gone. I didn't sleep that night. Every creak of the building made me flinch. Around 3 a.m., my doorknob turned. Slow, deliberate. Then the bulb above my bed flickered twice and went dark. I just defined the dark, holding my breath, listening to the silence thicken, until I could hear my own pulse pounding in my ears. Nothing else happened, but I knew something had been there. The Ramook's day I told my neighbor Jake, the only guy I really talked to. He laughed, said I'd been watching too many horror movies. That weekend, he came over with a few beers. After midnight, he grinned and said, "Let's check 3B. You'll see it's nothing." I didn't want to, but I couldn't stand being called paranoid, so we went. The door to 3B wasn't locked. Jake turned the knob. It creaked open easily, like someone had been inside recently. The smell hit us first. Damp, metallic, like rust mixed with something sweet. Inside, the air was thick and wet. The only light came from the street lamp outside, casting orange stripes across the walls. The place was empty, except for a single rocking chair in the center of the living room. It faced the door. Jake nudged me. "See, it's fine," he whispered, but his voice trembled. I took a few steps forward. The air grew colder with every breath. My phone flashlight flickered, then died. I heard a faint, rhythmic creak. The chair had started moving, back and forth, back and forth. No wind, no draft, just that steady, impossible motion. Then, a voice, soft, almost kind. "Did you lock your door tonight?" Jake screamed. I didn't even look. We ran down the hallway, nearly tumbling down the stairs. By the time we reached the street, Jake was pale and shaking. He swore he'd seen her, an old woman sitting in the chair, head tilted, eyes open but clouded white. I wanted to believe he imagined it, but when we looked up at the third-floor window, someone was standing there, watching us through the torn curtain. I packed the next day, moved in with a cousin across town. 2 weeks later, Jake called me in the middle of the night. He was whispering, saying he'd started hearing knocks outside his door. 3 knocks, every night. Then his voice cut off mid-sentence. The call disconnected. When I tried calling back, no answer. The next morning, his landlord said Jake had moved out suddenly, left everything behind except his phone. That was 2 years ago. Since then, I've moved twice more. Different cities, different buildings. But sometimes, right around midnight, I'll hear it again. 3 slow knocks. Pause. Then 3 more. Every time, I freeze. Every time, I whisper to myself, "Don't answer it." Because I think the woman from apartment 3B found her way out. And she's still knocking, looking for someone who forgot to lock their door.